The last activity that we're going to do with the mouse and the motorcycle is this little character study booklet. So what you're going to do is carefully take this off and carefully take this off. All right. And make sure that your name is right here. This is the little cover for your book, and this is kind of what it's going to look like when it's done. But first off, I'm going to see if there's anything else I want to add to this list. Now, these do not need to be full, okay? That's not the point. But let's look again and see if there's anything else we can add. Some changes came to the characters during the story. And we noticed that Ralph did a lot of growing up in the story. And he became a lot more courteous and kind and caring. So one thing that we could add for Ralph is he became caring. He worked really hard to find Keith and aspirin. Another thing is, though, that if you ever see a pill that's been on the floor, this is a story, but you would never want to take a pill that's just been on the floor. That would be pretty germy. But this is a fun story, so it's okay. Another thing that we could talk about with Keith is that Keith gave his motorcycle to Ralph, and Keith really liked that motorcycle. He'd saved up his allowance for it. So another thing we could do is we could say that Keith is generous, which means he's giving, okay? He's also very friendly, all right? What else do we know about Mr. Gridley? Okay. Well, Mr. Gridley, he's a little bit stubborn, which means things need to be his way. When he had a headache at the beginning of the story, he was not driving any further to find another place. So they were stopping no matter what. So he's a little bit stubborn, but all of us are a little bit stubborn at times. But I also think that he's kind. I think he's a good dad and he cares about his family. All right. One thing that we could say about Matt that wasn't mentioned is that he is helpful, he is nice. Another thing about Matt is that he's very handy, which means he's really good at fixing things. And he does a little bit of everything at the hotel, which is a great employee to have. So I'm sure that whoever owns the Mountain View Inn is very happy to have Matt, because he works with the people that are staying there and helps them, but he also fixes things. So he's just a great guy. He delivers room service. He does all kinds of things to be helpful. Now, if you would like to, you may color these, and you may color your booklet cover. That is a choice. Through the magic of camera, mine is all colored. Let me show you what we're going to do now. And if you want to pause it and color it, that's great. You don't have to. Now what we need to do is we need to cut these pieces out. Okay. And cut out this on the dark line. So I'll cut Keith out first. There's Keith. So go ahead and cut those out as neat as you can. And we'll meet back here when we're done. Okay, I have all of my character cards cut out, and I'm going to show you how to put them together with a brad. This is called a brad. I put one in your bag that had all of your things for the metric system in it. If you can't find it or don't know where it is, you can just staple it together. But if you do have a brad, let me show you how to put these together. And we're going to go to the carpet because that's going to be a tool that helps us. Okay, let's do a clue word, and let's have our clue word be carpet, since that's where we are right now. The carpet is great when you're using brads because you can poke a hole really easily right through the paper. So this little black dot, here's my cover. So I'm going to put my brad in like that. And then next, okay, I'm going to poke with my, and actually if you want to poke these, poke a hole in these before you put them on, you can do that too with your brad. And then I'm going to put Ralph on first. And then after Ralph, I'm going to slide Keith on because these guys were the main characters in our story. And then I'm going to put on Matt. And I'm going to put on Mr. and Mrs. Gridley and Ralph's mom. So they're all on. And then I'm going to flip this over. And then you just pull these apart like this. And then you have your fan book of characters. All right. So characters are an important part of the story. What is it called where the story takes place? Okay. So where the story takes place is the setting. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your book. I'm excited to see how they turn out. Put it in your red folder to turn in so I can see it. And I will see you soon. Before we go, should we do one last clue word? And let's have our clue word be Brad, since we used a brad to hook our book together. Brad, B-R-A-D. See you soon.